What's the scariest thing that's happened to you? I woke up to the sound of rustling leaves outside my bedroom window. My heart skipped a beat as I glanced at the clock. It was well past midnight. I lived alone in a secluded house nestled deep within the eerie woods, far away from any neighbors or visitors. The hairs on the back of my neck stood on end as I strained my ears to listen for any further noises. Just as I was about to dismiss it as the wind playing tricks on my mind, I heard a faint tap against the window pane. My blood turned to ice. Who could possibly be out there in the dead of night trying to invade my home? Anxiety surged through my veins as my mind raced with horrifying possibilities. With trembling hands, I reached for my phone, intending to call the police. But as I dialed 911, a sinking feeling settled in my gut, a realization that the signal was non-existent in this remote location. I have a landline, but it was downstairs in the kitchen. I was alone, vulnerable, and left to fend for myself. As I cautiously moved toward the window, the tapping grew louder and more persistent, echoing through the stillness of the night. I peered outside, my heart pounding in my chest, only to catch a glimpse of a shadowy figure darting between the trees. Panic consumed me, and I knew I had to fortify my defenses before it was too late. Frantically, I rushed through the house, ensuring every door and window was locked tight. Each creaking floorboard seemed to mock my efforts, heightening my fear and alerting the intruder to my presence. My mind played tricks on me as I imagined malevolent eyes lurking in the shadows, watching my every move. Just as I reached the living room, a deafening crash shattered the silence. The front door had been forced open. My heart hammered in my chest as I realized the intruder was now inside my home. Adrenaline surged through my veins, granting me a moment of clarity amidst the chaos. I dashed to the only hiding spot I could think of, the cramped space beneath the staircase. My body trembled uncontrollably as I pressed myself against the cold, dusty floor, praying that the darkness would shield me from the prowler's gaze. From my hiding place, I could hear the intruder's slow, deliberate footsteps, growing closer with each passing second. My breath caught in my throat, and I struggled to suppress the urge to scream. Time seemed to stretch endlessly as fear and desperation threatened to consume me. Suddenly, a door creaked open, an eerie, deliberate sound that sent chills down my spine. The intruder was searching each room, inching closer to my hiding spot. I closed my eyes tightly, silently willing myself to remain invisible, to escape the clutches of this unknown menace. Minutes felt like an eternity until I finally heard the intruder's footsteps fade away. The house fell silent once more, leaving me trapped in the suffocating darkness of my hiding place. Slowly, cautiously, I emerged from my sanctuary, terrified of what I might discover. To my relief, the intruder had vanished, leaving behind only shattered remnants of my sense of security. I made my way to the kitchen to get a working phone. I shakily dialed the police, recounting the harrowing events that had unfolded. They arrived, their presence bringing a fleeting sense of safety and reassurance. But deep inside, I knew that the terror of that night would forever haunt me, a chilling reminder of the vulnerability that lurks even in the depths of isolation. From that night forward, the woods held a new kind of terror, and the sanctity of my home was forever tainted by the memory of that relentless intrusion into my life. P.S. If you live in a secluded area, make sure you have a reliable way of communication.
Was it real? Type your guesses below. Submit stories to be featured.